The prime thing is you have to win. You have to win. Otherwise, you can't be a success. We are mavericks per se. We do our own thing. We want to dominate the environment rather than just be a part of the environment. I didn't care as much about being respected as I cared about being feared and being imitated. And then respect could come after that. I love the idea that I know down deep they fear us. They fear everything about us.
And you tell them one thing. Just win. Just win.
All right, good evening, folks. You stuck with me tonight, so deal with it. No, I'm playing. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Friendly Fire with the Mutants. Tonight, we got some friends on that'll be discussing some upcoming games and a recap of a previous game they're on. So just to get my fat face from being the only one on here, I'm bringing in Grimmy. Grimmy, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up, Guru?
Man, I'm chilling. Dang, he said, dang, I'm not first. Somebody said, dang, I'm not first. They fight to be first. Yeah, Eli got first in there, Ralph. My bad.
Eli got it, man.
Yeah. Damn, I got to be a loser almost? Damn, you see how they treat me, man? See how they treat me.
Yeah, I don't want no show. This is bad.
All right, so before we bring in your blue commander here, your blue general, go ahead and tell us a little bit about, first, introduce yourself to our family. How about that? I know you, but let everybody else know who you are.
Yeah, my name is Tim Grimstead. They call me Grimmy, 13th Legionnaires, Virginia. Been rolling around here since like 1996 doing this. Been with Legionnaires for about 5 years now. And started this game. Somehow I became a producer. I don't know how this happened. Just one day, all of a sudden now, yeah, I guess it's my turn to do it. So, but we were just talking smack, on the social media, and basically Virginia. We were saying, it's kind of nice North Carolina always using us to help win games all the time. These scenario events, if they just come up here and play us every once in a while, it'd be nice. But so, after a lengthy thread. We decided to go ahead and get a North Carolina versus Virginia game together. So that's what we're doing in Hopewell, Virginia at Splat Brothers, July 16th and 17th.
Okay, I had some artwork for it. Hold on, I'm being bad. I downloaded it. I just didn't load it in here. But so you said it, well, basically was a kind of a bragging rights thing anyway. You just said, fuck it, let me go ahead and just make it a whole game and let's make it a thing.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So the idea is, round one's up here. Round two, we'll go down to Carolina next year. Flip it. We come to them, do it again.
As you got some team capital offense that will be at that game. So you got some team capital offense will be there.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, it's been a like I said, I'm not a producer. So I mean, I always said, I tell everyone else, I'm just kind of herding the cats here. I'm just trying to get all this stuff together. But I do got talked with the team, or not the team owner, but the field owner, and Bobby Weeks at Splat Brothers. He wanted to do the game. He was interested. He owns some fields down in North Carolina, Black River and Hematoma also. So he was interested in the game. And I mean, communities really come together. Gosh, I mean, it really kind of, validated the game, being an actual. I mean, with all these scenario teams coming in and showing interest, and I really appreciate it, man, because this isn't easy. I mean, everyone's like, oh yeah, we get the field, you write submissions. Nah, man, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy.
Listen, don't scare me off, because I'm stepping into that realm myself next year. So
you're gonna have fun. But no, it's not bad. I mean, the biggest thing was just making sure if we did it correctly, we did it right. Make sure everyone had a good event, everybody had fun. That's the biggest thing. It's just making sure it's a good event across the board. So, yeah, John Highmonster. Basically, I didn't even pick generals. The teams, they kind of chose their own guys from the different states. So, Scott Senzo, Cupcake from Headhunters.
You want to say franchise? What's up?
Yep, and John Highmonster from LAPD. At Lynchburg, Virginia. So he's the choice for Virginia. And then they picked up their XOs, and I kind of watch it go down. And I don't know, I might run out there and go on one side or the other every once in a while, shoot a little paint. We'll see. Make sure everything's running smooth.
Okay, so you mentioned your red general for sure. Now, what we have in the backstage right now, we got your blue general. I'm about to bring him in and I'll let you kind of, this will be your blue general for the North Carolina side.
Correct.
I'll let him introduce himself and introduce him to our family. So
come on, Scott.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Scott Cupcake Senzo. I'm going to be the blue general for the North Carolina side, aka the best state. But play with the Headhunters. I think that we're gonna have an awesome event. I think we got a ton of great North Carolina teams ready to show up and show out come July 16th.
So let me ask you. So you said two things. You said first, you said the best state, which is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm guessing within that rivalry, right? Because I mean,
within the rivalry.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm about to say. Cause I mean, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Breed up here.
There's the best coast and all that other stuff, but between the two, North Carolina is the best.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so and then you also said so I guess Tim, either one of you can answer this. So are you guys kind of cross recruiting, or only teams that are from Virginia are playing for Virginia, and only teams from Carolina playing Carolina?
Well, I like I told everyone, I'm not checking IDs at the gate. So I mean, you register whoever side you want to go with. I know we have some other teams coming out from different states, and they're just picking a side and going on there. And then of course, Legionnaires are all coming in. And hopefully the ones from the out of state and the Legionnaires are going to kind of use to help balance things out.
Mm-hmm.
That way, nobody's, at least everyone has a fighting chance for the weekend.
Okay, so that's the game producer's answer. So Scott, to you.
So I mean, Headhunters, we got people in Texas, we got people up north. I'm pretty sure our up north people are refs. So I mean, we're trying to keep this as fair and balanced for everybody to have fun. If people want to shoot me, cool, go play for Virginia. If people want to play with me, I would like to keep it North Carolina versus Virginia, just to keep the spirit of the game. I know there's a lot of probably Virginia teams that would love to shoot me. I'm a pretty big target, so I can't be that mad at it. But if out of state teams want to come and play, let's make it a big awesome event, and we just spread the teams out evenly.
You got Brownie Brown came in, said hello, and said I would shoot you. So
he's a ref, so he can only shoot reffing.
Okay, I'm about to say that seemed like a personal thing right there. Slide in there saying that up ref.
He's a teammate of ours, and when I found out he was reffing, might accidentally shoot. There might be a couple guys behind him.
I mean, hey, ref, move after you let the rope go already.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly. First
strikes,
I
mean, I've never done that, by the way, just so you know. I've never done that at all. I don't do those things, So how long has this game been in the works? I should ask you then, Grim. How long has this game been in the works? I mean, outside of the shit talking between the states.
We started that thread started like a year ago, and then probably within that month, that's when my field hunter said we'd like to do the game. So it's been probably a year in the works.
Okay. I feel attacked by Eli here. He said he wants to play for him that doesn't squat their truck or SUV. And I said something about my truck earlier that I felt attacked. So I felt attacked there.
Well, then it's illegal in North Carolina now. So, you can come play for us.
Oh, is that
Can't
right?
Squat our trucks anymore.
See? I don't have that problem. No. Nope. When is this event again?
July.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the same weekend as Monster Game.
Oh shit! It's the same weekend as Monster Game.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, were you at Super Game Maryland last year?
Me?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I played against you last year then.
Yep.
Yeah.
You probably saw me waddling somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Waddling,
all right. Okay. I mean, you said headhunters. I just looked at the flyer and saw the jersey. I mean, listen, the reason why they're the headhunters in the Midwest that I don't think it's the same headhunters as you guys are out there.
No, we're two different teams.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't know which headhunters it was. So you're the one you play. Who? Chuck Garza?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
That guy.
You called him that guy?
Yep. That guy is his name, Eric Bryant.
Oh, okay.
He's our team captain.
I only met Chuck because again, that's who I went against last year for Super Game, right? So that was my first time meeting you guys.
I know, I was there.
I mean, I know you were there. You got, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Flipping them armbands.
No,
I must
they
have team killed the crap out of 13 because they 1 second they're one team, and the next second they're another team, and I'm like, I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna shoot them every time.
I mean,
So-
well, I had the luxury of shooting at them every time as well. So I
there
mean,
you go.
we only so realistically we only got them last year for like the first 20 something.
Well, it's because you beat our ass for a day and a half straight. So I mean,
that wasn't I disagree. I disagree.
it was a long weekend.
I was at those berms like all weekend.
Yeah.
All weekend.
No.
Grimmy, go to the berms. Grimmy, go to the berms. God damn, berms.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
you fucked us up. I'm gonna tell you that much. You kicked our ass.
I thought Grizz was gonna kill me. I got scared.
He was he was a little upset, but once he realized it was you, he was fine.
I was like, I'm walking away.
Once he realized it was you, he just wasn't ready for it. That's all. He wasn't ready for it.
No.
So yeah. So there's the same weekend as Monster Game. I mean, I wish listen here. Scott, you got the perfect opportunity here because everybody that wants to go to that game, you get free will. Again, like I told y'all in the pre-show, we are the bottom of the barrel for paintball shows. So I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. But you got free reign. So if they want to play this game and you go down there and you're from out of state, run with Scott. It's the blue side.
We got what is it, Grimmy? We got tanks going on, shields.
Yeah, I mean
it's everything.
It's a player's game. I said, what do you want? They wanted ATs, they want tanks, they wanted shields. I was like, you have it all. I'll give it all to y'all. Whatever y'all want.
He's like, you want first strikes? First strikes. Got it.
First strike.
I heard you had to work out a deal for that too, right?
Well, you got to understand, we in Virginia, I don't think there's a lot of fields that even run first strikes, and I know that this field owner at his 5 fields, he didn't have first strikes, so it took some talking.
Well, how about this? Listen, how about this? Because people want trash talk. So, is there anybody in here that's from the Virginia side that wants to come on to just kind of step up for the Virginia general since he's not here? Because I'm that guy. I'm that guy. If we want it,
you want
if you want it, no, you don't have to trash talk. But I'm saying I don't want them to feel like oh, he said he on his way. Never mind, he on his way. All right, so he's on his way. So there we go. I just don't want to feel like
capital punishment. Right here.
So what's capital? So capital punishment. I'm guessing that's Virginia.
Garbage.
That's a ball.
I'm kidding. If this gets to Marco, he's gonna.
No, listen. Me and Marco.
He gave me so much crap at Super Game because I didn't have my black jersey. So I hope he shows up to the Virginia event.
And this is one of my guys saying, "Go Virginia." There we go. What did he say? He said 10 stars for no trash talk. So again, I'm sorry, you guys. You're at the bottom of the barrel here. You're scraping it. So it happens here. So we'll wait. He said he's on his way. So we'll wait. We'll wait for John to get here. We'll see what's going on. Jennifer Montrester says hello. So we say hello to you as well. Oh, definitely. Okay, I got a question for you guys. And I just want you to say the word to come in your head. Pop or soda, Tim?
It's soda, man.
Fuck you guys.
Soda.
Fuck both of you guys. God damn it. It's goddamn it pop. It's pop, okay?
It's just like what do you call a sandwich? Do you call it a sub? Do you call it a hoagie? Do you call it a grinder? Do you call it a submarine?
Oh no, it's just a sandwich for me. It's just a sandwich. It's a sandwich. Oh, there we go.
Us big guys, this is important,
What do you call it then? Help me out.
You call it a sub.
A sub?
Sub sandwich.
We're gonna have to have that conversation at a later date and understand why. He said, or sody pop. Exactly. So we got, see, this is stuff that happens. So we got Lacey is upset as well as I am. He said, because y'all said soda. It's definitely pop. Everybody's in here pop.
If anything, if you just call it like Coke.
No, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Come on, man. North Carolina's the home of Pepsi.
I don't drink soda. What do you want from me?
All right. Look, now there's a game. Here we go.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
All right. So introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are. Again, I'm going to preface this by saying you're at the bottom of the barrel of paintball show. So free reign here. Okay, there's go for it.
My name is John Hoffmeister. I am known in paintball as Goat from. It's an old nickname before paintball, actually, because of eating habits. I'm one of those people to try anything, and so I've been playing for. God, I don't even know how many years now. I'm not even going to guess at it. I'm going to tell my age. Look at that gray right there. And I feel like generaling is one of those things that's kind of like you got to take your turn in the barrel every now and then.
Is that
an accent? That's an accent.
Okay.
And the team that I play with, bunch of good guys. We got kids and some ladies on there too. But before I was able to jump on, I heard about trash talk. I'll say, I'm unfortunately not that guy. I just don't typically do it. I tend to get along with everybody I meet. I can find common ground with a tree stump. I'm one of them type guys.
Well, so here's the thing, John. Technically, we aren't either. So that's why I say, like, we don't either. Like, we don't do the whole, like, the only person I've ever let meme me is the one that's next to me in this window right here. That's it. Like, we don't do all that. As they say, we don't do that around here. You know what I'm saying? So I commend you on that one. Keep it clean, play the game. Y'all can talk.
It's a great. Sorry to interrupt. It's a great. This game's going to be really different. 9 times out of 10, generals in these big scenarios or in these games, they get along, and they're this is the game we play. The game that we play is adrenaline filled and passionate when you're on the field. And when you come off the field, we're supposed to be smiling and high-fiving, cracking a cold one or whatever your poison is, And that's even more so the fact with guys like Scott and his team, actually. We were talking about this earlier in this week. We're from Virginia, but a lot of the games that we attend are down in the Carolinas. And the teams down there, they took us in with open arms. We kind of became an honorary Carolina team. The Carolina generals and captains were calling us like, "Hey, you guys coming down?" And so when the idea for this game came up, it was kind of a bittersweet thing. Like, this is truly where this is almost going to be like that first time that you went and played paintball, and it was just you and all your friends, and the ref split you up into 2 teams. That's kind of but in a much bigger scale. There's no bad blood in it. This is because we recognize the talent and skill that North Carolina is going to bring to the field. I 100% respect it. I said that from the jump, and we're going to have a hell of a fight, and that's going to make everybody's game better.
Okay, so before you jumped on, I did ask Scott the same question. So are you recruiting from North Carolina as well, or are you accepting if North Carolina teams want to play on your side? Or are you strictly, hey, I want this to be Virginia and others? So anything outside of Virginia?
I've not gone after any North Carolina teams. Early on, I did have some, like I said, we're all friends down there, and I did have some people, and it had to do initially, I think, with balancing, because we all want to see a good balanced game, and there was some of that. Well, if they're going to play for Carolina, then we might play for y'all. But I think I don't know where we're at with it officially, but I'm starting to feel like that teeter may have tottered, and.
Well, I mean, that happens. That
happens.
I
mean, we're talking to the 313 right now, right? I mean the word for this game has gotten beyond North Carolina and Virginia. So
that's fair. Yeah. So I mean, and again, we can't make it. Tim asked me to go to the game, but it's on the same week as Monster Game, and that's in my backyard. This is one game, and this is a shot for people who know me. This is one game I'm not banned from yet, so I can go to Monster Game. So. I can go to Monster Game, so I'll be at Monster Game. So,
well, and a game that we just played here recently that Jason Mann from Paintball Soldiers put on, it was the first evolution for that game, and it's important to walk before you run. And I think that, we pull a couple hundred players. We'll see what we end up. We don't know where it's going. We're trying like hell to get as many as we can. But it's like any of them started a little smaller and then blew up once word gets out. That one that Jason Mann just held, the attendance wasn't through the roof, but the word's out. And, teams from the Midwest are talking and stuff like that. The premise of it is, and this has the possibility of doing that. I mean, Virginia cuts, not to steer completely clear of any historical north-south thing. It is a natural line right there. And it would be kind of like, your super game east-west. We have a geographical line here that would work for that game if paintball players wanted to do it. So
Tim, from that, okay, you got North Carolina versus Virginia this year. So let's say North Carolina, Virginia, whoever wins this one, let's say that team go ahead and jumps down. So let's say, I'm just throw it out here. I'm not foreshadowing here. You know what I'm saying? Let's say that, Scott, you do win this game. John, would you and the Virginia guys go over to North Carolina? And then, Tim, would you reach out to, say, a team in the Midwest and say, hey, do you want Indiana to come down and challenge now the North Carolina, Virginia teams? And then kind of grow it from there. It's a state versus state thing all over. I'm saying? The event is what was called After America, right? After America, and then you got state versus state. Then you go region versus region. Like you build it that way. Or, I heard what you said. Next year it's going to go down to, so it's in North Carolina this year, right?
It's in Virginia this year.
Virginia. So, but next year's going to go to North Carolina, right? And then basically repeat this in North Carolina on their home turf.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, Lacey. I don't want. So again, I said that because fuck Indiana, but because nobody wants Indiana to go anywhere. I agree with that one. So
ain't nobody calling up Indiana.
Huh?
I say ain't nobody calling up Indiana.
No, nobody. I don't think I've heard anybody say.
They're the last game.
Exactly. I don't think anybody's going to say, "Hey, let's call somebody from Indiana to come challenge us." Like, no, that's not happening. So,
but no, we got some great pricing for this event too. It's $120 for 2 cases of paint and entry.
How much?
$120 for entry and 2 cases.
Shit, that actually is pretty good. Shit, because most games 2 cases is the 120 right there.
Yeah. Yep. So you get that. We do have bulk paint pricing. So 10 cases you dropping up $5 off. 20 cases you drop $10 off. So that first strikes are $59.99. We try to make it as affordable as possible. There's free camping. I believe they are going to have some food trucks, some vendors on site. So we're doing everything we can to bring people in because unfortunately Virginia has kind of gone down as far as scenario play. We really don't have a lot of scenario games going on in Virginia. We mainly have to travel to North Carolina. We're going up to Maryland. So it would be nice to kind of build something up here in Virginia. So we're just kind of starting with that.
Like I said, I think it's a dope idea. And so here's one thing that I saw. So Tim, let me ask you this question. Do they know what they're in for with your game? Like as far as like the structure of the game, huh?
Yeah. I don't have any secrets for anybody. They had input on it, all that stuff. When I sent you all the stuff about the command points, suggestions and stuff as far as the structure of the game, I talked with Guru. I talked with a couple of the captains, different games. Eli hit me back with some advice and some ideas here and there to switch it. So yeah, the commanders on Virginia and North Carolina, they had input, so they know what we got going on.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this the other night. If you follow back to the origins of this game, it started with a Facebook post from Tim about, hey, has anyone ever thought about doing this game? And like, we're all friends from North Carolina, Virginia. So all his friends jumped in and, for start off, we'll whoop your ass, all that back and forth. And
there it is.
and then there was if you're going to do that, you want to do this. And the input started coming in, and Tim just took this thing and ran with it. It's really commendable to have taken a shit stirring post on Facebook.
He said it started with the trash talk. Okay.
It did. Friendly trash talk, because like I said, this game is passion and adrenaline. That's why we play this game. none of us play this game because we're bored as hell. We play this game because the shit gets our blood pumping, you know. And but then we step off the field and we're high fiving and cracking cold ones, and this was in the midst of off the field cracking cold ones, and it was all friendly back and forth. And here we are.
Like I said, when he told me about it, so for one thing, y'all learn about me, or you probably don't know, I'm not a very big game person. So when he told me what this game was, that's what I got, really, really excited about it. I mean, the concept is already cool as shit, but then when he showed me what will be going on, told me about what will be going on, I got really more. So I mean, I'm going to be at a big game, ironically, what I'm saying, during this event, but it's in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? It's in my backyard. So but I would prefer what he has set up for you guys. Like, that's the type of stuff I like. So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, you guys got some work cut out for y'all to make decisions on how you want to, run this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, if it's for me, if it's just a true, I mean, I would love other teams to show up and play from out of state, but if it's a true like knockdown, drag out fight between North Carolina and Virginia, just so somebody can walk away with bragging rights, I think that would be awesome. Because
I agree with that.
Because I think there's some great teams in Virginia that we play alongside with. There's some amazing teams in North Carolina that play, and I think just walking away from this event and being like, hey, we're the best of the two, and then you can carry that for a year, and then from that year you can expand it. Like, hopefully, like I said this earlier in the week, like I would love to do an East versus West game or a North versus South game, like, but it realistically, and getting the players and everybody to travel and all that stuff is a little bit hard, but I think that this is a great start, and I think that if people just come out and see what Tim's got planned, and some of the ideas he's been bouncing around and taking feedback and suggestions, I think their minds are going to be blown, and they're going to be like, this is the type of scenario shit I want to play. Sorry, I don't know if I want to curse or not.
Hey, whoa, bottom of the barrel, brother. You say whatever the fuck you want to say. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how nice you have to be on these things. I don't do podcasts that often.
That's not who we are. You can be who you want. You be who you are. Okay.
You should have seen earlier in the week. I was on my phone, like I felt like I was filming TikTok. Now I at least got a camera, and I'm getting better.
Hey, shit move quick, don't it? Go ahead, Tim. You got something to say?
Bottom of the barrel paintball show, but I've been asked a couple times about dropping some nuggets of actually what's going to happen, and I'll drop it on here. Okay. Final battle with tanks.
Ooh!
Say what? Oh shit! I'm telling you, dude, this is going to be a different game.
Let me get the tank teams on the line here.
Shit, brother.
You said okay, so hold on. Well, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna sit into that one real quick. I'm gonna speculate on that one my goddamn self.
Give you a little nugget right there.
Yeah.
Damn it, Scott.
Yeah, that changed your game. That changed. I think that might change your strategy, your thought process, right?
Just gotta dial up some tank teams now. We got the 18.
I don't know how many folks are watching right now, but a shit ton of eyebrows just went up.
What?
Yeah. See, look, we got somebody saying he at OSG right now, but he taking notes, so they'll be there Sunday. So because they got a game up there at OSG this weekend. So I mean, everybody's watching. Rent a helicopter. He said he gonna rent a helicopter.
Hey, if Tim wants to throw out that money, that would be pretty dope. Just flying around shooting people out of a helicopter. I'm just saying, if you want to get people to show up to these events, you got to give the people what they want. He's saying helicopters.
All my money's going to my refs right now.
All right. So John, you got Marco saying he'll be a fucking tank for VA. So
I'll definitely hear him. So I got guys. I got guys to take care of them.
Field, we're in pretty close proximity to some military bases, and one of our teammates actually is working on having some flyovers and possibly some static displays of military vehicles out in the staging area.
Jesus.
Nothing is completely in stone yet, but I was at this field, and this has been forever ago, and we were playing a World War II game, and nobody knew that this was going to happen. We're out there battling, and all of a sudden, a P-51 Mustang flew treetop high and buzzed the field and did like 3 strafing runs and then just disappeared. I mean, the game damn near stopped. Everyone just turned around like.
Was that by design, or it just happened?
It like somebody knew somebody, and it was like an airport close by, and dude just was like, "Watch this," and just buzzed the field 3 times and then took off. We don't know who coordinated it. I know nothing. I was just a player, but I mean, my gun was pointed at the ground and my eyes were at the sky. I'd never seen anything like that. It was cool as hell.
So he didn't like the helicopter at Bones. So Tim, take that into consideration. Maybe don't do it that way. So,
helicopter at Bones.
Yeah, he
He's
said
talking
he
about
did.
the tanks.
Brandon.
Oh, he's talking about the tanks.
Yeah,
The walking tanks? You didn't like the walking tanks? I think they're better than those the actual drivable ones. You can just walk around and shooting people.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the rules you have with it. I guess. I think depending on the rules you have for those tanks, if you treat them as regular tanks and don't allow them to get in places that the bigger tanks won't go, I don't know. It just depends on. I mean, it depends on both sides got it. I don't know.
Marco,
he said, Guru, take note.
They are going to be walking tanks. I don't think the field allows drivable tanks. So,
but if both sides got walking tanks, then that's okay though. Yeah. What he said? Oh, William Shatner and Ice-T have done helicopters. They have.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay, I'm not taking any notes, Eli. I try to watch the comments too, people. So I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, personal PVC. Yeah, I don't like holding a rope and walking to my death. I had that happen at Folda. I'm not a fan. Hey,
oh wait, were you on?
Well,
hold on, wait. Were you on our side for Folda? Were you on NATO?
Yeah, I got asked.
So you were part of that shit show.
I was the one commanding that shit show.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, you walked past us. And we saw all y'all on the rope. We were like, "Yo, I should go film this because they're about to get fucked up."
Yeah. It was literally like,
no, y'all understand?
No, trust me. This is what I was told to do. Hey, you're gonna drop right here, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's. And like while we're walking, it's like watching prairie dogs just pop up and like looking at me. I can hear people laughing and say, "We're gonna fuck them up," and I'm like, "Yep, them." And I was just like, "Well, I just gotta keep walking." And I even tried to like get a little bit past where they actually wanted us to, because they wanted us to drop right in that valley where we're surrounded by hills. And I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." So I tried going up the hill a little bit. We're
NATO with you, and we're at this state. We're about to insert, and we're watching this shit. We're like, "How many people on this fucking drop?" They're like, "Oh, it's about, I think it was like maybe 30 of y'all on the drop."
Yeah, it was,
and we're like, "So we about that? That's our force. Where they going? They going here?" I'm like, "That's in the middle of what? Okay, have fun with that. They're about to get fucked up." We're like, "Yeah, we gonna wait for this. We gonna wait for all the backs to turn to us while they get shot, and then we gonna shoot people shooting at them."
Yep, that was me.
Yeah.
So that's the little strategic insight of how my game's gonna go in July. I'm just gonna be like, all right, yep, we're all going to die. Let's go.
That's some Sun Tzu stuff right there, buddy.
Yeah, shit right there. I was like, yo, okay. So yeah, that was fun. So we played. So we have played on the same side together. Then we played the same side at Fall Together. Then okay.
Yeah, it didn't feel. Yeah, that was a fun one.
I didn't say we had. I didn't say that it was great. I just said we played on the same side.
But yeah, I agree. Just the people holding the rope, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's. I don't know. If you're a producer out there and you're like, oh man, and you're crossing out like, oh fuck, don't do the helicopter. Yeah, that's a little lame. Like at least give them a tank while you're going out there. I guess I don't know. But,
hey, how you doing, man? That's up to y'all.
Listen, y'all don't got to go no real quick, but the people the guy coming on to talk about the previous event, he got a time crunch, so let me bring him in and talk about it. I'm gonna drop y'all back. Y'all don't have to leave. Y'all just stand in the back and watch it. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, mix the subjects.
Yeah.
And then we'll let him talk about his recap, and then I'll bring on the commander that won that game and bring y'all back up if that's okay.
Cool with me.
All right, so just drop y'all back. I'll bring them up real quick.
All right, thanks, Guru.
Yep, no problem. Thank you guys. All right, so
Mr. Allen, dropped them. What if they got questions?
If they got questions, I'll bring them back in. If they got questions, I can see them backstage. I can
my
see
commander
them.
has arrived.
I can see them.
So we played We'll just try and get through this a little quick. Texas Revolution, Dogs of War. And if you'll notice, I have an RFID tag on mine because we'll get to that later.
He said more white nerds. That's hilarious.
Lacey, you're whiter than I am. You're a Trump voter.
Okay, so you said that. Okay, so you had Dogs of War.
Yes. It was a great game. It was a one day. They had it at Tanks Paintball. The stuff that was overly complex from their previous events, they turned down. They added some flag stations where you got to shoot some people. They came up with these fancy badges. Matt, where did they get this idea of using a PVC card?
I don't come up with good ideas, man. That wasn't my. I don't come up with good ideas. You know, I'm bad for paintball, Alan. You forgot.
In a multiple person collaboration, Matt came up with the idea to use these plastic PVC cards instead of the previously used laminations that got water stained constantly. Phil Ramirez, right? Cobra, printed out these waterproof, wonderful stickers that go on them. All you need is a badge slaughter. You can hole punch them. You can't really see my dot anymore, the little silver dot there. And then I went ahead and upgraded it for our events with this concept and added the RFID tag because when you come to RTT now at check-in, you will go to this, which will have a tablet next to it. Then you are going to swipe your badge. We can get it to turn green.
It just turned green.
It just flashed.
Wonderful green. Yeah.
Nice.
And then you'll be able to set up your account or link it to your existing one. So you're going to get all your stats by RFID and app use. They had do we have any videos from it, Matt? Did you even bother to grab any?
I didn't. I had one of them days for me. So we raw today.
You didn't get any of my glory footage. I sent you all that raw footage, and you didn't pull.
I didn't get any of the Wu-Tang and Crocs. Listen, another thing, Crocs ain't going on my show. Crocs ain't going on my show, fam. It's not happening. Crocs are not going to be broadcast on my show.
Dude, I ran the tape line like multiple times in Crocs, like a boss. So I get to the base, and Robert just goes, own 75% of the field.
Hey, okay. Whoa. Don't tell him my secrets. Don't tell him my secrets.
You tell him. How's the game go from your perspective?
So Perkins, how's the game go? Yeah, from your perspective, how'd the game go as the commander of that game?
So shout out to Tanks Paintball, who
what happened to our real commander?
So long story short. So Tank, they did a lot of additions to their field in the last couple years. So I, unfortunately, because I was in the box 99% of the time, I didn't actually get to
it plays amazing.
Get on the field. So I didn't really see how it played. So I just had my map.
It plays like a really flat Sherwood. But with more choke points.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Three major choke points halfway.
Fair enough.
Correct. But from the box standpoint, I will say I wholeheartedly believe that, you know, the amount of time that Burke and the rest of the guys, Christian, spent, I don't want to say watering down. I would say making things less complicated,
refining,
solving missions and doing everything else, made it that much more simple for more players, not necessarily just the command box, but more players to be able to understand what the props were, how to do them, and get more involved with the game. And I think that they did a top notch for it.
They had a crazy prop that was a bleeding dummy that you had to rescue, carry off the field, and then a tourniquet to stop the bleeding on. And I followed the people doing that, and they lost its shoes, and they had to go back for the shoes.
The arms came off, I think, funny. Right? One of the arms came off.
Yeah.
So I saw that thing too. That thing was badass because, like, if you did it the wrong way, it didn't like the blood like squirt out and shit even further.
Yeah, the pumps. Yeah, it's really well made. Yeah, he did have some unfortunate malfunctions that happened. Somebody ran through because when the game started, we were doing that water fill thing again that you know all about, Matt. So as soon as they said they were filling the water over there, I went the other way. Yep. And I went to the tape line because fuck that. I'm not carrying 40 pounds of water back and forth. And
hey, man, listen.
Dude, we were playing on the surface of the sun. It was 85 degrees allegedly, but it felt like 105.
We had the extra humidity
rough out on the field.
It was.
So I went way away from the water. I said, fuck that. But somebody actually accidentally destroyed that prop by running through the cables and destroying everything on accident. Still not sure how that happened.
So from what I heard was a player got snagged and they rotated too quickly. And so it literally separated the power cord. Like the cord literally snapped in two. So
I don't want to give out a secret, but that's not a power cord.
Hey, Lacey, don't do that for me, bro. It's definitely more than 5 guys in the water in that fucking thing. Trust me. I carried that
Yeah.
fucking thing 4 times. It's more than 5 gallons of water in that damn thing.
That shit adds up in Texas, dude. You're like in sissy heat. We're not even gonna get started on that.
Yeah. Okay, so that happened. Now, so
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, the game started and they played half the field. So for part of the game, I'm playing the tape line and I'm yelling at jelly ballers and shit. I'm yelling at 50 cal players, trying to coach them from the sideline of the scenario while I'm still live in play.
Burke says only 5
and that
gallons.
was kind
Burke,
of fun.
don't help him out.
I didn't want to be the messenger on that one, but sure.
Nope.
They had a
Let
break,
me have my glory, goddammit.
I think there was a break 2 or 3 hours in, which was needed because it was really fucking hot to pull everybody off. And after that, then it was playing the whole field. And when we started to play the whole field, they had flag stations down the middle of it at the choke points that were kind of fun to play. It was a little slapsticky, but it played well.
But it gave you a gunfight, though, right?
It did. It did every time. It was pretty reliable gunfights, in fact. Except for when apparently somebody tied this motherfucker off and like tied a flag station up in a position so to ruin it for everybody. Yep. There's always that guy that's going to ruin it for everybody thinking they're slick. Like if I just tie it to the blue side and they can't make it red, we automatically win on a field with like 18 refs or something like that. Because there's refs everywhere. Yeah. Well, how do they even tied it without a ref seeing them? Fuck if I know.
Well, said player used an S carabiner. So it's a flag station on a pole. So apparently they clipped it on the top, clipped it on the bottom. So you literally could not move it.
Mm-hmm. And also in the first session, I saw Wilshire walking out a bunch of rental players. And I was like, are you really putting a bunch of rentals on their side? Great. Yeah. They didn't do horrible, but I shot the shit out of some rentals this weekend, Matt. I let them have it with first strikes in all the worst ways that is not growing paintball.
Granted, this was his first time playing with first strikes, so he got.
You got to tell me. I had to hear about how great first strikes were. For how long? Yeah, for how long we were on the call for? Probably about what, 5 hours? You say on your drive down and back?
Yeah, probably an hour of that call was probably how great first strikes are.
Yes.
Apparently, I spent $13 shooting their shield guy at their fob. So they open there's like 3 choke points, and their fob is just inside the field on our side of the choke point. So they can't get actual reinforcements that can come over and shoot at us. They can just keep trying to like touch the wall on this building for 10 minutes. Oh, and I burned 150 first strikes camping that fob. I'm on the clock, man. My gun leaks. I was using this bad boy. And it has a very slow leak in it. So I'm on the clock when I'm out there. I've got first strikes to consume. So I shot 150 in the first, 2-hour session. And then within an hour of the next session, I shot my next 150, mostly into that fob. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Honestly, if you're going back for that game, don't bring less than 600 first strikes.
That's to Robert, because like I'm making a January game. That's the only one I can make down in Texas. January.
I don't know what y'all's guys' paint consumption was, but 600 first strikes or 2 cases per.
I shoot round ball.
If I had my auto cocker, I still would have shot it. I would have shot a case in the first session because I'd have gone crazy. Because I'm shooting all Inception now. So yeah, I don't care if you can only carry like 2 pods and a hopper. I'm burning all that shit.
Yeah, see that was my problem with the game. My problem with the game was I was a heavy gunner, so for me it was like, yeah, I gotta conserve.
The fields aren't big. Just throw it all in the base and just keep running back for more tubes, or make a gopher run back for tubes. But we'll figure that out in the next one. All right. All in all, they've really dialed in their game. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The some of the factors that are just beyond their control, like the heat, and maybe a little bit lopsided on the recruiting numbers, but that's every game, isn't it? So the mission distribution was better this time. Yeah, let's get to that. So they introduced an app. They were using GroupMe. All I had to do was show up and scan a thanks, Brandon. Be someone. All you had to do was show up and scan a QR code that your general had in his hand. I took a picture of it so other people could also scan my phone, so I could run around and get other people on the app. You didn't know I did that? And we had at least 15 or 16 logged into the app on our side. And I also had on right now I've got my Mutant wristband, but I also had on a Samsung Fit smartwatch. So the entire game, I got all of my missions directly to my wrist. And that was the shit.
And like I said, I think that is that's a big thing though, because again, like, as far as mission distribution,
like I played all of their games, like at least 4 out of 5, and the last 3 games I had no fucking idea what was going on in this game. Without even trying, I knew everything that was going on at all times.
So
yeah,
as
it was
a,
dialed in. It was just nice.
no, absolutely.
Good
As a commander and as a player, you try to save as much time, whether in the box or out on the field. And so the GroupMe app, what I found most
random chat
positive,
feedback.
especially because it was so hot, was being able to save a lot of players' energy by using that app to, say, send photos back to get missions completed, so they didn't have to physically walk all the way back to the base, show me their phone to get the base rep to sign off on it. I didn't have to send runners to run mission cards to other players, because the players who had their phones on them were able to show the ref, hey, here's the mission card, I have it on me. They didn't have to have a physical copy. So that means that there were so many more opportunities for players to be involved with the missions. And then I not only used it for sending out missions and information, but definitely kept the hype for trying to get people energized and motivated, because everyone was hot, everyone was frustrated.
Yeah, it was very.
So the biggest thing that I also did was, so in the middle of the map, there were choke points, 3 flag stations that were constant points every 30 minutes. So what I would do is I would say, hey, point check 12 minutes, flag stations, 4 minutes left till, so they knew when to push harder to make sure that we had the flags at the specific times and hang back a little bit.
So hold on, before
Also-
you go, Alan, hold on. So
Also
go
pretty
ahead, go
sweet,
ahead.
by the way, because I got hot and I'd already been through 300 first strikes and I had already blown my budget. So I said, fuck that. I'm eating my snow cone and going home while I'm still intact. I got to follow the whole rest of the game from my swimming pool.
Okay, that's cool. So here's the thing though with it though. So I do like
I'm not
that
his
concept.
MVP. I'm only marginally useful on the field.
So I like the idea of that, right? I really do. The thing that I found that I actually enjoy, which was from the game that we just did, the Deadlands game, was the physical aspect of having to do the work. So I get what you're saying. I understand it was hot down there, but I like the physical aspect. So here's the combination for me, like a perfect hybrid of what you just explained and what I would like to see, right? So you got the app or the GroupMe, where everybody knows the mission. Everybody who's involved gets to know the mission, right? They go and they secure the location. The person with the physical card still has to be there to start and complete the mission, and then the card still has to get back.
When I dropped into Lawrence, he was like, man, all this is too much shit to manage. We needed an app.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But like the app, so I mean, just thinking about, what you're explaining to me now and what we did at Deadlands, right? So Deadlands was, we had to have the mission card, and we figured a system out that worked for us in the process, which was, hey, what's the mission? Over the radio, here's the mission. Cool. Okay, we're gonna lock this down, send a runner, bring the card. Now I get it was too hot for that where you guys were.
It's fucking hot in here right now.
You got that fan off, I know, but I just think a nice mix between the two. Yes, let everybody know what's going on via GroupMe or the app, or the Ronin app, whatever way it is.
There's no games in Texas right now worth traveling to, probably, unless you're really into MagFed or something, or Airsoft or some cool ones for that. Except for maybe the Night Stalkers right now. Like the Viper games just aren't cutting it. When Legends tries to come here with Dead Legends, it's gonna be crap. These guys got it dialed in. It really felt like Scenario when I started playing Scenario, which I quite enjoyed.
Okay, well,
it took me 20 years, but I finally fucking shot Dave Henderson. He shot me in the head prior to that, but I got to finally 1-for-1 with his ass, and that felt good. That felt like I felt accomplished after that.
So your paintball goals are completed.
Well, man, I had so much good stuff happen during this game. I got to clown people dancing in the lane and then accidentally 6-shot them because I'm not used to shooting first strikes when they were trying to shoot me with a pump. I got to blow the tape lines repeatedly. That was easy to do. I got one incident where I walked down a trail and I saw a guy from Blacklist at the same time he saw me, and we both shit our pants at the same time and took off running in opposite directions. I just had a great all around game. Everything I did was fucking fun.
And you recommend the game?
Yeah.
And that's coming from Alan, who writes his own, right? Has his own game.
I'm like the worst Michelin chef or Michelin guide writer in paintball. I criticize everything.
What?
And I really enjoyed this game.
Sandwich.
So John, I know you still back there. You give me a thumbs up. I'll bring you on just in case you want to have any questions or any thoughts or anything like that. You ready to come back on? I'm gonna bring back Tim in, so yeah, we all can have the full dialogue. Because again, Tim, you're back.
What's up?
Back.
Hey.
So what he just what I don't know if you guys heard what he was just saying and stuff like that. So what do you guys think of the whole, or Tim, because again, this is your game coming up. What do you think, and John as the commander, what do you think of the group me aspect of the game where you can kind of everybody who wants to have their phone on them, you can blast out to everybody on your side, this is what's going on?
Tim, I'll let you start, man.
I mean, it's an interesting aspect, definitely. For those who do bring their phones with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about half the players.
More. I was expecting way less than who actually did bring their phones out. I mean, it's an $800
biased
replacement
as requiring phones, so
right, you're biased. I mean, yeah, you're biased. Yeah,
it's
you're
still
biased.
25%. It's a really high number. We had 16, I think, on our side of maybe 75 people.
I mean, if you look at that in terms of the number of players at games that size that are carrying a radio, you're looking at similar numbers. You got people that just want to go shoot the shit out of people, and they're not going to carry stuff. But you got those players that that'll do that. They'll go that extra mile, and they want that level of inclusion.
And you only need one in the group.
Huh?
You only need one in a group.
Yeah. You only need one guy. Yeah, I mean, if you get one representative per team who will jump in there, and then they got their team radios. That's pretty big, man.
So
that's in practice so far for me, every team will generate at least 3 people that are willing to use their phone, and the rest that aren't still use the phone in the parking lot to know what's going on and don't take it out on the field, but they check it when they go off for paint.
Right. Typically, teams that'll run radios, they'll leave one.
Y'all never met me. I make crazy games that are entirely phone dependent. You can't do any missions or capture territory without it.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, part of our sport is bringing the new guy in, and it's something that we spot a guy who's basically brand new. You can tell he's just pulling the stuff out of the trunk of his car and then hitting the field and looking around. He doesn't really know anybody. Hey, come on, man, we're going to go run this mission. You get people included like that. That grows the sport.
Or you take them on a suicide mission on a helicopter.
Yeah,
I mean that happened. I took it. We had five players show up to the Deadlands event. Deadlands was an event we played a couple weeks ago.
That's trying to start helicopter fights.
Huh?
You're trying to start helicopter fights.
No, it wasn't even that. What happened was they showed up. They was the first time playing the game, and they entrusted their fun with me. Why? Don't fucking know, but they gave them to me. I got out there. I get to the command base, and Dewan is like, "I got a helicopter. It's time. We got this helicopter. Go take this helicopter and push them, and they spawn." He like, "Guru, I need you on a helicopter." I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "All right." So I turn and look at these 5 new players. Hey, who wants to be a chopper gunner for me? And the one kid was like,
"I'm sorry, man. I got to interrupt to explain something to Thee. We try to get other people to use technologies because we have to play other people's games and we want them to suck less." Okay, sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
All right, you answered my brother. I got you. Okay, so I look and turn to look at these 5 people. Hey, who wants to get on a chopper? And the one guy, he's like, "Hey, I'll do it." You sure? Like, you gotta understand what this means. We can't die unless they shoot us with a Havoc launcher. Well, you can't. I can't shoot, but you can. So long story short, I get the guy. We go to their spawn. We're getting shot the fuck up. And this kid, he's loving every fucking bit of it. So to your answer, the kid who's brand new guy who's never played a scenario comes out to the field. I mean, they kind of bring it back to this same thing. You tell this new player, "Hey man, we're in a group me. If you want to know what's going on 100%, and because again, we have been that new team that hey, what's the mission? Go shoot your paint. Don't worry about it."
Right.
Like, no, we want to help. We want to be involved. We don't want to just go waste money. Like, so.
And if you could have just checked your phone, it fixes all of it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So for them, and again, this isn't something, Tim, that I'm saying you implement into your structure of the game. This is more something for, part of your command style, John, or your command structure is, hey, I created this group me that see, there you go. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that was my little, because again, I that's what I do. I take little things like that as well. Like, hey, this is a way to organize my side. I was told I was a cheater at one event past because I organized my guys.
It's cheating because you tried.
I was called a cheater because I organized my side and 2 other teams so that we are like, it was a 7-way game, but I organized my side and 2 other teams to work together as one team, but I was cheating.
Played great.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even that. It happens. It's just we were outspoken about it. It was very. Everybody knows that happens.
Yeah.
We just were upfront that hey, we're working together. We're not doing cloak and dagger. We're not doing behind. I don't do that. I'm upfront with it. We're working together.
Built a whole show around that.
Huh?
Survivor built a whole show around that.
Exactly. So,
okay, Matt. I'm roasting like a motherfucker out here. I'm just gonna give the update on RTT and run out of here.
All right, go ahead.
RTT 1, 2, 3, and 2 had NPCs that were played by humans. So those are coming back this year. This will be the first year we do missions. Every single mission has a prop. All of the props are enhanced with technology. So it's the complete game now instead of just the tactical territory game that it's been. And you have to deal with that. You still have to find an opponent. So good luck with that. That actually wants to compete at a scenario game instead of have a good time where we all just barbecue and shit. That's a problem for another day.
I'm looking for somebody to beat me. Put like that. I'm looking for somebody to beat me because once I get beat, I go to the producing side of this game. But I got to be beat. I have a belt in the ring that's waiting for somebody to take it from me. So
one of these days. The only game that is we're not trying to make big. It caps off at 300, and that's a wrap.
Yep. 300, 150 my side, 150 the other side. So that's just so Alan, I appreciate that, man. Like, thank you. Like I said, I'm looking forward to I'm still asking around. So I'm gonna have some people talking at a certain event that's coming up next week. I'm not
allowed to be in the parking lot for.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
You joined the club, Matt. You've been banned from a game without showing up.
It happens. All right, Alan, man.
You've been banned from big game commands, and the producer doesn't need. Long story. We're too mean for normal play.
Yep. All right. So, but I'm gonna take what you were saying though, and Perkins, I still want you to stay around too, because again, like John, I saw that you were writing notes, and like so, and Tim, again, it's not to kind of say, hey, you need to do this, but I mean, it is a way to organize things, even for you, because I think if I'm not mistaken with Grimmy, you can. How are you doing? Well, never mind.
Ask Matt about those because this makes your life easy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. It does. But I think you got. How are you doing your badges, Tim?
The badges,
like wristbands. You doing like wristbands or something for the game?
It's still just the lanyards.
Okay, so they will have lanyards. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, so one thing we do, we try to make things easier for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make it as easy as possible for what we're trying to do. And yeah, I worked with Burke on the design of their new or some ideas on what to do with his badges, and they ran with it, and it worked flawlessly. I think everybody loved them. I mean, and you would think that something like a badge isn't that big of a deal, but I've seen so many people lose them. Yeah, I've seen so many people lose them.
They rip off.
Yeah.
The old laminated styles rip off. They're just not that good. These were a bit hard to hole punch, but if you don't do a chronograph hole punch and you just put the chronos at your spawn and you have to chrono every time you go in, it works just as good, and you don't have to sit there and blow out your hand trying to hole punch this shit all day.
That's another thing too, Tim, for you. Like, I mean, I don't know if you think about it too with the game. Like, instead of having, like, kind of like what Super Game do as well. Like, instead of having people kind of chrono once, you know, they just every time they go on the field, they're chronoing. Like, I mean, if you're not changing your marker around, I mean, I get the temperature fluctuates, but if you're not changing out there fucking around with shit, once you chrono the first time, you just go hit, pop, I'm walking off, I'm gone.
Right. But I mean, you're not gonna cap out at if say you know it's gonna get up to 103 degrees, you're not gonna be right at the edge because you know it's going to get hotter and your velocity is going to go up. So
yeah. And there's people that try to switch between round ball and first strikes, and you got to catch them. And it's so hard to police tools on field because referees don't know to play that trick on people. Like, anybody got an Allen wrench, and then you give them the penalty when they do pull it out. They just don't do that as much. Like
somebody tried to give me with that shit. You know that somebody tried to have
me.
No. It was at another event. It wasn't even that. It was that somebody walked to me. Hey man,
I try to get everybody with that. I'm like, you know me, I'm pass out penalties like Oprah because it's for points and we put them on the shame board. So I'm just out hunting for motherfuckers with all the dirty ref tricks like that. But
So,
this is going to
so,
screw
so
it up now.
note to self, y'all. If y'all paying attention, so if somebody ever walk up to you and say, "Hey, you got an Allen wrench," the answer is always no. It's always no. It's always no. I don't care.
Don't tell them how to actively cheat, Matt. God damn.
Hey, look, I don't cheat, man. I don't cheat, so I ain't got that problem. Just don't carry it on the field.
My
Although
marker works. I don't have to take it on the field anyway.
No, but there are fields. So okay, so what's the rules down there? So yeah, help me here. So, John, Tim, what's the rules there? Is it fields on tools on fields or not?
Typically not.
Good.
Yeah, like I mean, because some fields don't say it and they don't care. So I'm wondering if that's
Right.
And then there's some dude out there shooting like this. Why is he holding his gun funny?
But then you got manufacturers out there with the what Dye makes a cover now, barrel cover. It's got an Allen wrench in it.
Oh,
yeah, I know. When I ain't gonna lie, I bought that thing. I bought it for that purpose.
I have it too.
Yeah, I bought it for that purpose because I lose my Allen.
I'm old enough to know that if I need to cheat, I just got to put a rubber band on my hand and pull.
You just stick your thumb on the back of it. You don't need a rubber band.
Yeah, I got it. You don't even just push it in harder.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't
This is
even
the
know
whole reason they put beaver tails on them in the beginning.
You own an autococker and you didn't learn how to cheat on it yet, Matt? You got to push that bottom rod.
That's bad. No, I'm glad I didn't know that. See, that's going to show you I don't cheat. I didn't even know that.
Tournaments used to be shady. People with like magnets in their glove on reed switches that would unlock firing modes and stuff. Shady business.
Wow.
I haven't been playing long enough.
Tournaments used to be a lot more lit.
What'd you say too?
They used to have the old cheater boards.
Oh yeah. You type in a crazy password into your trigger to unlock ramp modes temporarily that turn
up, down, left, right. AB select.
Y'all not fucking with me, y'all for real?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. There was days, like the Shocker 4x4s, the old big shoebox Shockers and the LED Angels, man. There'd be tournaments and the guys would come off the start and that gun was up and this finger was holding the trigger and these two were going like this, so the ref had something to look at. And they're just full auto.
Yeah.
And then when they'd let off, then they go back to semi.
Yep.
Then blink.
Yo.
Wow.
They put so much effort into cheating back in the day, dude.
Like I think they practice more about how to cheat. Like I mean, you like nowadays, the people that play tournament, right? Everybody tell me if you see a guy with, I'm taking my drill here, of course. But if you see a guy, he goes do this real quick, he's wiping, right? That's on the bunker. That's what they tell me, right? If you play tournament,
well, if you see a guy running like this too, and he gets hit before he goes in, that hit's not going to be there when he gets up.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that was the funny one I was told. The funny one I was told was if you see a guy running and do like a little small slide. And then get back up. Yeah, he just wiped the hit. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah. Well, there used to be a bunker called the car wash. It was like a big arch with all these danglies. Because when you go in and hit, you come out clean. Oh, he's going to get it too. I just inspired somebody. Somebody just felt the car wash fury. That's awesome. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. You could hear him getting shit too. What's going on?
So I got a picture.
Uh-oh. He's like, there's going to be a picture of him going through the car wash.
Oh, he got
there's like hits on his. There'll be like if he's halfway through it, there'll be like hits on his lower body, but none on his top. They'll probably be in like a JT Cheater jersey that absorbs the hits.
Listen, we kind of went off, but I like this though because I don't know this stuff. Y'all
this is real paintball. This is real competitive paintball. How this shit used to be. It still is in a lot of ways. I mean, you're less likely to get shot from the woods now. They put walls on the field.
My field manager taught my son how to cheat. You
That's not surprising.
Pull your jersey so it flaps out. If you get hit, you pull the bottom down so it tucks in behind you into your pod belt.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like,
I never understood why now the one thing I never understood is why did they make them like tuck the jersey in? Like when cause I just think that that's like what you just explained, that makes sense for me. Like I would do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that just makes sense.
Shoot the bunker they're running into before sliding into it and claim it was bunker rub. That's funny.
I didn't know this when I bought it. Somebody showed me this after I had this cover. All right, they don't make these anymore. But it's the old Dye Rhinos.
Yeah.
Remember these?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the back of this. Where's my damn? You see this? Look. You know what that is?
That's a
You know what this
squeegee.
is right here?
More
They're all
squeegees.
squeegees.
What?
They're squeegees. They're rubber squeegees.
So while you shooting, you can just
Look.
Yeah.
No, I'm shooting, right? I got my gun here.
Uh-huh.
I get gogged. Where's these squeegees at?
Get the fuck out of here.
We'll switch sides, right? If I switch
God,
sides,
turtles used to be cool.
if I switch sides, this right here, I can go right by my lenses. I honestly didn't know it when I got it, and I was in the staging area, and the dude was like, "Oh, you got one of them cheater covers." I said, "What are you talking about, cheater covers?" He said, "Let me show you." Let me show you. And he started showing me. I'm like, "Holy shit, dude!" And then the back, right? This is the back of it. The whole back, right? You catch one in the chest, just drag it up. All that paint goes into there.
Wow.
Yes, Jason, I do remember that.
I like it for covering my tank, but I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, there used to be a JT glove with a squeegee on its thumb where you could just
Yep.
get that done.
Same time frame. That's the same time frame.
That's what moves.
And when I started in '98, that was tear-offs because they claimed it was like motocross racing. When you get a lot of spray on your goggles, you just tear it off and keep going.
Yeah.
It was an instant wipe.
What?
It was the hit. Yeah, tear-offs, bro. Use them for automotive racing. It's just one pull, and you would have a layer of like 5. So, you get gogged 5 times in a row. Just keep pulling it and keep playing. Unless the ref was paying attention. Then they just look at your feet, and you got a pile of fucking tear-offs with gog hits on them. Which will and has happened, but not to me, thank God.
Yeah, it was brutal back in the day, man. It's been a long time.
I'm legit in awe. So one thing you don't know about me,
paintball was better when it was like automotive racing and everybody was actively looking for the rules.
2 years?
2.5 years. 2.5 years. I don't even play paint. So all this shit, like, I mean, I know people cheat, right? But for me, cheating is just legit. You get behind a bunk and you wipe it off. I didn't realize like they made products and there was like an art form to doing this shit.
Oh, dude, there were artists.
Wow.
Think about how smart the people are that designed the CS2. You think those guys can't think of some ways to cheat on a field?
I mean, I know they could, and I get it. I just didn't realize there was such like. I mean, what he explained to me is like you practice this more than you know what I'm saying.
It's just like car racing. You make something, you put it out there. It's awesome. Everybody buys it, then it gets banned, and then you have to come up with the next thing.
Yeah, there were boards that came out that everybody knew.
What?
Me and the guys I ran with, we didn't run them.
Too. What?
Oh yeah, you could Pam your shit up and get bounces and stuff.
Like make it like hydrophonic or whatever fuck that word is.
Yeah. You just grease yourself basically. You're just greasing yourself.
Just Pam cooking spray.
Yeah. You want the nose scented, by the way, for that.
That's fucking hilarious.
Otherwise, you're gonna go out there smelling like a stick of butter.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the guys I ran with, they didn't mess with that stuff, but we played enough tournaments and we're in enough of them to see it happen to some guys. And
that's the
catch
other
it on a video. You'd see a video of a guy sliding in and he'd switch sides with that tank cover, and you're like, "Did you see that? Did you see what just happened?" And that was the early days. That was when we were watching, back on War Pig.
Shit.
Doc's
if you want
Machine.
nowadays, you can follow. I think it's Verpal PB, and he's always at Paintball Fit, and he gets all the craziest cheating shots filmed.
Solus does that shit too. Solus does it as well. Because I just watched one earlier. And Solus he's a dick, by the way, because he'll like slow mo the shit and then replay it several times of the hit or of the cheat. So that's dope. Okay, so Tim, you might not like this portion of it, so I'm sorry. I'm apologizing in advance. I just got a message. So, Folder Gap is this year.
Yes.
Who's going to Folder? Raise your hand.
I am going to be.
Who's playing for OTAN? Keep your hand up.
A special forces unit.
I'm playing NATO.
NATO OTAN.
I'm going to be part of a NATO special forces unit.
All right. So I'll be NATO this year. Me and the guys from LAPD are all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We voted before they announced generals. We played Warsaw a number of years in a row, and the guys wanted to see the game from the other side.
So here's what happened for me, right? So
you're going to EBA.
So I'm actually I'm going to get out on this note real
Glory
quick.
Squad.
But, I'm playing for Desi. I'm going in the box. I'm going to run battle management with force tracking software, and I'll be on the radios all game. So we'll probably all meet at some point on NATO, and I'll catch y'all later.
All right, Alan. So last year, we were playing. We somehow managed to walk off on y'all side, and we were propositioned at that point in time to stay. There we go. Cookie came in. He said he's joining Team Capital Offense with the boys. So that's who I'll be playing with. I'll be playing with Cookie next year with Team Capital Offense, running with the NATO the NATO Special Forces. So Tim, so this is what happened. So last year when we was coming off, I was asked specifically, like, hey, I need you to go back NATO next year. And I was like, I don't know if I'm coming back. I didn't really know what was going on, but if I come back, like I was legit asked walking off the field last year,
right,
to go back. And then when you hit me up, I'm like, fuck. So I didn't know, like I said, but Desi, huh?
You too. I don't care.
I mean, you know, that's how we do, man. I ain't got a problem with it. All I'm gonna say is this: is once you tell me to thank you, come again. Just understand, I'm coming right back.
Oh yeah.
If you hit me with my own shit, I'm coming right back. Just know that. So John, I every time I shoot someone, I tell them thank you, come again. And I used to tell them get the fuck off my field, but I can't do that. I can't say that at fields anymore. So you know, I can't say that. So I tell them thank you, come again, and it became a thing. So people were actually saying it back to me.
That's good stuff, man.
I'm like, okay, touche, but I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. So he literally just messaged me, like, confirming that. So that's why I just wanted to say that. So for those that are coming with me to Folder for NATO for us to within my group, you know, if y'all run with us, that's probably what we're gonna be doing.
You can get another L, no problem, NATO.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna do my best to change that outcome. But at the end of the day, if I see you, Grim, I'm coming. I'm gonna shoot at you. That's it. That's all I care about.
You better, because I'm gonna shoot. You know that.
Hey, I can't miss 6'9". I can't miss 6'9" sliding to a bunker, man.
Hey, you should have seen what this dude did at the last game. I run down the hill, and he's off to my right side near the tape line, and this dude's in a stick. A guy from Venom was in I think it was a Venom guy. Was it a Venom guy that you went and got?
I don't remember.
This player was in this stick bunker, and these guys were pushing hard on us. And I came out, and I popped a couple shots at this stick bunker, and the guy kind of put his head down, and that's all Grimmy needed. He took off up this hill like a bat out of hell, right? And I see him going, so I just start rolling the trigger. I'm just spraying all over the bunker. Just keep the guys. He Superman dives over top, right? All I could see is ass and elbows, right? And he lands, feet sticking out of this stick bunker, and then stands up and goes, body tag.
Oh, shit.
I slapped him right in the head.
Full fucking thing.
Well, because a little bit before, what I ended up doing was I did a barrel tag on a guy, but for the game said there was that gun hits don't count. So the player was like, "Nah, I'm not out." I said, "What do you mean you're not out? I had your barrel in my hand, man. You're out." He was like, "Gun hits don't count." I said, "Okay." I said, "Next one you guys can see, I'm gonna slap in the head."
Body tag. I started laughing. I said, "What the hell is a body tag?"
Well, I was running an AT. All I had was my AT. So yeah, when you touch I ran up there and just slapped him in the head. I was like, body tag.
Yeah, he can get that 6'9" moving when he wants to, man. He went up that hill like crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like I've seen it. Like I said, at fucking Super Game last year, I'm like, fuck. I knew it was him because you can't miss him, but I'm like, fuck. I can't shoot him either. Like the motherfucker fast as shit.
Yeah.
Like, you see me, it's too late.
Yeah, this move wasn't only under pressure; it was uphill under pressure, and he just barreling up there. I wish I had a GoPro on my barrel for it, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. More power to you on that, man. I can't do that shit. So more power to you. I'm jealous. How about this? I'll be with John. I'll go ahead and tuck him in and let you go do that. You had a glory. I'll tuck him in like John did for you. That's what I'm good at.
That's it.
There we go. That's what I'm good at. So so y'all got any other questions or what else you want to talk about as far as this event goes?
No. I mean, you know, like I said, July 16th, 17th, Hopewell, Virginia, Splat Brothers Paintball. Come on out, North Carolina versus Virginia. It's $120 for entry to case special right there. First strikes, $59.99, and we do have bulk paint prices if you want to. Also, if you're just an AT guy, till July 1st, just straight entry is going to be $40. So if you're just shooting Nerf rockets or whatever, come on in, $40, man.
That's interesting. That's interesting right there as well. So I mean, Is that on? I just gotta ask. Is that like on an honor thing? Somebody say, "Hey, I'm only shooting AT. I come in, they pay the $40, and you just kind of honor that and say, or is it like, are you gonna specially like give them a special colored lanyard or something and let them know that they're an AT person? And somebody see them with a marker, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I mean you're paying the 40 because I mean you would still have to buy paint. The deal is the 120.
Mhm.
So if you're paying the 40 and then buying paint at regular price at 65 a case. I mean, you could do that.
Okay, I mean, okay, I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
if
Oh,
we
I
had
see what
two
you're saying.
guys that were going to shoot 5 cases of paint apiece, they could pay $40, and do the bulk buy.
Right.
He's got it, man. He's got some killer deals worked out for the players, man. That's great.
And I like that though, because again, I mean, that's one thing we know about this fucking sport. Like, you know what I'm saying? This fucking sport is very fucking expensive, right? It is. It's very fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So you being able to put some deals out there for people is that's a big thing.
Yeah.
When I was talking to the fielder, I'm like, look, to have a true North Carolina Virginia game, you're gonna have North Carolina travel up here. We got to offer them some kind of deal, you know. You get free camping. We can't charge them for camping, so free camping. Try to give them the best entries we can, you know, best paint deals, and it'll pay in the long run because they'll, you know, we'll get more customers. They'll come back to the event, hopefully, you know, next year or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. How far the drive for like a North Carolina player?
From Fayetteville, it's 3 hours. So like where I'm at, I live in North Carolina, Elizabeth City, right below the line. So it's 2 hours for me to get to Splat Brothers at Hopewell and 3 hours for me to get to Fayetteville. So I'm kind of like middle of the road. But yeah, if most people go to Black Ops in Fayetteville, it's 3 hours away from there.
And that's the driving we've been doing. You know, we've been predominantly playing in the Carolinas. We're a Virginia team, but you know, we're starting to dip our toe in the Virginia games more. You know, we're trying to, but the bigger games have been down there. Splat Brothers had a heyday. It's actually been years since I've played there. One of the last, well, it wouldn't have been one of the last games I played, but one of the biggest games that they ever had at that field was actually a licensed game by Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six. Like they actually got the approval from Tom Clancy to hold Rainbow Six there, and it was a full-on 24-hour game. We were playing at 11 o'clock at night. It was legit. It was a blast. I got my lanyard. We were talking about lanyards earlier. I keep all mine. I got my lanyard up there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you had guys driving from Maryland, New York, up from the Carolinas, Tennessee, West Virginia, you know, all over the place, and coming down to Splat Brothers. Blues Crew, pub crawling came from up at EMR, you know. That, I don't know. I stepped out of the game for 6 years. Kids, real life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time is when something happened. I don't know what happened. And it hasn't been the same since I came back. I'd love to see it come back to Splat Brothers because that was basically our home field at one time.
I don't know about Splat Brothers, but I can tell you right now, when I take over next year, I plan on doing so we did a 26-hour game. Rain shut us down. Rain did shut us down, but we did a 26-hour game 2 weeks ago. I plan on bringing that back. So straight, you know, start at 12, end at 2 the next day, straight through.
Right.
So I plan on bringing that back. I mean, you know, take your breaks. You know, you manage yourself. You manage yourself, and the commander manages players. But yeah, straight through. I plan on bringing that back. I plan on, because I mean, up here, we got a lot of guys up here that want it.
Right.
And it just doesn't exist right now.
The way that they did it was as long as there had to be a certain number of players on the field, and they were counting at the spawn points, players in and players out, so they could keep track of who. Because I mean, it's dark, you can't see, you know. And people are creeping and crawling. So they counted players going on and they counted players going off. So they had a good count of who was on the field. And as long as that number was greater than X, I don't know what it was, then they would keep the game going. But then when it dropped below that number, they'd fire off a siren and, all right, refs, go get some sleep. You know, we're not going to keep doing this for 6 guys, you know?
Yeah. And see how we did it was more so the commanders like, hey, do you think your guys want to do this or not? Or are you ready to not? So how he did it was went to the guy who was losing at the time. Hey, here's the situation. You're losing, you know what I'm saying? But you get to choose whether you want to stop right now or keep going and try to catch up.
Right.
So, you know, that's how they did that game. That's how Lawrence did that particular event. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still with the players. You know what I'm saying? If the players decide that, hey, we don't want to do it no more, I can't force you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, there were guys, matter of fact, at that time, Tom Clancy that showed up. I can't think of the name of the team. I want to say it was TSOC, Tri-State Special Operations, something another. They were like Pennsylvania, Maryland, like up that way, three states, Tri-State something. And I feel like it was like 6 out of 12 of them dudes come down with Gen 2 night vision.
Yep.
And owned the night. I mean,
there are teams
in the
here.
staging area, and it really looked like, you know,
there are teams up here now that like, and that's why I said there's a lot of teams. There's some teams here that want that, because there's teams here that, you know, they got Gen 2s, they got Gen 3s, and they're like, yo, I want to, you know what I'm saying, I want to use my investment. And if I choose to use it on the paintball field, I know what I'm putting myself at risk for, but I want to use them. And it just like, it just doesn't exist up here, but there's a lot of interest in it. Like, you know, at the event when the rain shut us down, we had particular guys that were like, yo, I understand gameplay is going to start back up at 6 o'clock tomorrow, but if you start earlier, wake me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, wake me up. I want to play this game.
Right.
So, I mean, there's an interest for it here. I mean, I'm not saying that there's an interest everywhere, but here in the Midwest, here, you know, where we're playing at in the fields, we're playing it, there's an interest here. And, you know, so I want to try to bring it back and see what happens.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
I'm halfway night blind, so I don't go out there anymore.
Well, I'm overweight. I'm overweight. So, you know, I bump into something, I fall, I'm done. Like, you know, like, no, legit. Like I told my guy, we played a pseudo night game, right? And I told them the first time I trip and fall into something, I'm done. Sure enough, stumbled, fell into a fucking spindle.
That's it.
I legit sat my fat ass down in the middle of the game and watched the game go on. I watched hopper lights in the fucking distance going. I was like, no, I'm good. Nope, this isn't built. The shape that I am is not built for me to play night play. But, you know,
round is a shape, but
round is the shape, and that's and that's the shape I am now. But then in October last year, for the RTT game that we were talking about earlier, we had, you know, it was a game that went to midnight. The Texas Night Stalkers came up from Texas, and they had their night vision and their thermals, and they literally walked me around the field for 2 hours capturing points with their night vision. Like, they're looking and, hey, don't step there, step there, step there. And me and one of my teammates, well, not my teammate, one of Dewan, you know, Candy, Tim, you know, Candy. Me and Candy walked around. I'm holding her hand, and they leading us, and we walking around and we capturing points together for 2 hours. And I mean, it was dope. It was a dope, you know, at middle of the fucking night, no fucking dark. I mean, no fucking light, because we under the woods, you know, in the tree, so the moonlight was being blocked. So it was pitch black, and we just walking around. I'm like, okay, this is fucking dope. I don't have the money to spend on a fucking pair of Gen 2 or Gen 3 night visions, but this is badass.
Right.
If anyone watching is thinking about getting into night vision, do not get a Gen 1. Just save your money. You don't need anything less than a Gen 2, because Gen 1, you might as well look through a toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
I would know. I fell in that trap, and then I sold it.
Ain't no if. Cookie. There is no if. That is already wife approved. That game is, I already got wifey approval on that game. So there's no if to it. I'm there. Even if it's just me, I'm there. There is no my paintball schedule is approved for my wife. There's one event that I got in question. What? You know, so there you go. But no, I mean, so again, this is your guys' time. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you guys want to kind of say, or how you ever want to go, it's you guys. Don't let me talk out of it.
No, I appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, it's a player game. You know, I'm not a producer, so you know, anyone with ideas, whatever. I mean, like I said, your feedback was great. I appreciate it. I enjoy getting all that feedback and all the different ideas. I'm trying to make it different. I don't want it to be the same. It's not going to be the same all team slapsticks, boom, boom, you know, all day long. It's missions, like I say, mission cards. That's key. Getting things out there, trying things different. And like I said, even with Final Battle, I was just like, well, why haven't we done this before? Let's try this. You know, so.
Damn,
you know,
massive.
There's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of rebound off of what he just said. You know, he's a player, and this started from, you know, a bunch of back and forth amongst players, and it really is. You know how you go to a field and the advertisement or what you can tell that this field is run by players. They got what the player wants, and that's what he's done with this game. Like, I've been in the sport long enough to have seen tournaments and scenarios where it's built to sell a ton of paint. That's predominantly where some of the money comes from, that producers or folks get, right? But you can lose some of the game in that too, where you're just standing there blasting at each other, right. And some of the tactic goes away and things like that. And what I've seen so far is that this is going to be a game that we're going to enjoy playing across the board. There's even
I think so.
You talked about. Did you tell them about the command points earlier before I got on?
He didn't detail it, but
yeah,
he hinted at it. I mean, if you want to detail it, Tim, by all means, go ahead. I thought you wanted to save some of that. I mean, save a little of it but it's up to you. It's your world.
No, I mean, we can do it. We can do that. Okay. So the idea with command points. So basically the system was that the idea came down to, first off, most commanders at games, there's a very limit to amount of actual decision making. All right. You get you get the mission card, you give it to your team, go do the mission. So what do you really command as far as like what decision you have to make that really has repercussions, good or bad? Or you have to make the decision, do I do this, do I do that, and which one's the best? So I was trying to come up with an idea of how can they make decisions that's going to have a real outcome to the game. So, my son and I, we Warhammer 40K guys, whatever, get the command point system, right? So with this, what we did was it's going to be based on the amount of players each team has. Say if there's 190 players on blue team and 150 on red, then blue gets 160 points because we're rounding up to the 10th. So because of red, they'll get a point for every player on red, and the red team will get a point for every player that blue has. So that way the team with the less amount of players have the most points. So they can start with buying player abilities or they can buy intel. So you buy intel, you can spend, say, 20 command points. You can get a piece of intel as to an upcoming mission from the other team. All right. So you can use that. And it may not be immediately. It might not be within an hour. It might be the next day. You never know. But you'll know what the other team's mission is or what other team's their mission is going to be before they even know. So you can set up for it if you choose to. That's up to you. All right. And there's player ability cards. So we got a drone strike in there, but there's we got a demo guy. There's medics. Trying to think some of the other stuff we had, John. There's all
the demo guy thing to me was a crazy idea, and then the command point structure itself. There's been so much talk recently amongst the scenario world, and Tim's addressing it directly of imbalance at games, right? So he's taking this possible player imbalance, whichever direction it goes. Okay, you got more players, but now they got more command points. They get to dip into your intel more and brings things back the other direction. It adds a layer to the game that I've not seen before in the years I've been playing. And maybe it's been somewhere, but I just wasn't a part of it. But it's inventive. Mm-hmm. It addresses an issue that everybody's talking about right now, and it's going to be a big factor in the game. Like you said, it's a true repercussion for using it the wrong way, yep, or a huge positive for using it the right way.
But that's why when he told me he was bringing that shit on, I'm like, yo, I like that. Like I mean, because it makes you as a commander make a decision.
Dude, I cussed in front of my kids when he said it. I'm driving down the road and he sends me me and Scott and Tim are in a Facebook chat where we can, touch base from time to time, stuff like this. And he said, I got this idea, and throws it out there. And we're driving down the road, me and my kids, and I pulled up the phone and looked at it at a stoplight, and I went, son of a bitch. Right. And my son's like, what, Dad?
Hey, that's green light for him. He's like, ooh, can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Because like I said, man, I hadn't seen that before. Mm-hmm. And that inventiveness keeps popping its head up with this game. I think players are really going to have a good time. whether they've got skin in North Carolina or Virginia. Come just have fun. There's not bad blood amongst me and Scott. There's not bad blood amongst the Virginia and the North Carolina teams. The staging area is going to be probably a lot of Kingsford charcoal being burned and, the sound of cold cans getting cracked. So
Texas barbecue is better. Just saying. I'm from North Carolina. I actually am from Cary, right outside of Raleigh. I moved to Texas in 2000. Texas barbecue is way better.
Oh my goodness, man! That desert heat got to your head.
We cook
No,
with
I get it, man.
vinegar.
It's different. I spent some time out west, and that's a great thing about the food in our country, man. You go anywhere and you can eat good and different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll keyword different.
Yep. Yep.
But no, going back to the points between kind of evening out the game for players, because like you said, it's one of the major topics now. As a commander, you work really hard on recruiting, and whether you've been recruiting for weeks or months, and then all of a sudden you have this plan together, and all of a sudden you have to switch teams over, and you're like, well, they were, either this integral part or they know what our plan was. And so this kind of helps out a lot in a positive way. So you don't really have to change much as a commander. So I do actually like that idea.
Yep. Yeah. Huge kudos. And like you said, addressing the player side of it too, because these players come in, they've set up their staging even close to their spawn. And, there's so many layers to it. And, this really does take care of it. And how do you make a North Carolina team or a Virginia? Hey, you go play with them during this game of all of them, so it addresses everything in a really cool way.
Right.
Very exciting.
From the player standpoint, we as players pay to play, right? So sometimes it's like, well, I'm paying to play for my buddy or whatnot. And they're like, oh, we're moving to the side. So sometimes that can get a little heated as well.
I'm not going to go there right now. Okay.
But some people are like, hey, paintball's paintball. I'm shooting faces. Some people enjoy shooting their friends more than, their frenemies. So
I think it's important as mouthpieces of the sport, no matter what your role is. This last game we were in, Tim was there, the one we were talking about a little while ago. And, having that open dialogue between the two generals, a big part, in my opinion, a big part of the general or the commander or whatever they are for that game is to make sure that their players and the other players have fun. I didn't get into this to have people pissed off at me. None of us do,
right.
Or to be pissed off at people. I got into this because it's a fun sport. And, I want the kids that are there standing over off to the side who aren't really vocal yet in the sport to hear the rest of the players in the sport that are vocal in the staging area at the award ceremony talking about how we fixed things as opposed to how broken things were, and we saw that at this last one, and it was a good example for the kids there, I think.
Cool. Good.
I still had fun, but we got slaughtered.
Yeah, we did. I took a nice L on that one. I stepped into. I'm not going to get into it.
That's why I'm just smiling. Like I said, there's certain things that I have learned. The world we live in paintball, I'm ready to hear. So I just smile at them and just let it go.
I would just take up. It would just take up another long amount of time, possibly. I mean, it was just, like I said, we travel. North Carolina has a strong paintball. In North Carolina is strong, and it's not only strong; they are strong players down there. Some of the teams down there, they train like freaking NFL players. I mean, they're out there pushing themselves every single weekend, and they're hell to deal with on the field, and they're fit. They can stay out there and do it. And so when this whole thing came up, that was one of the things I said. I'm not taking anything away from the Virginia players, but I'm not overlooking any North Carolina players.
Right.
So the Virginia boy and his team going down there to North Carolina and commanding a game, I got a little taste of maybe what Scott will end up dealing with. I think the difference in the Virginia-North Carolina game is North Carolina's fired up. And
they wanted something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, just me, like, again, third party outside looking in type of thing, just watching kind of the dialogue go back on some of Tim's posts and stuff like that. I can see that. I can see why. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for us, it would be like, I'm comparing it. Just take the comparison with a grain of salt, right? Michigan-Ohio rivalry type of thing. That's what it appears to be, right? How we don't like Ohio, how Ohio doesn't like us. It seems to be that type of thing. Now, it's not violent, whereas Michigan-Ohio is violent, you know what I'm saying? But, it's like the whole, I see that license plate, screw you. I don't even know you, but screw you because, Yeah.
There's a little, you got guys in the sport that trash talk. You got guys in the sport that don't. And for the most part, my team, it's not a general rule. We don't have a rule not to. That's just how we roll. We just roll with the punches and let the game do the talking. And that's worked well for us in the past. I did the tournament stuff. A lot of the guys that I play with, the team actually was formed because it was a bunch of tournament players, and we'd go play at a scenario game, and we wanted to play together. So the tournament teams were units, and all together we were a division, a paintball division. And so we're not going to get serious and ugly about stuff. If we wanted to have shitty rivalries and things like that, we'd go back to tournament ball.
I think that's I can agree with you on that one, because again, like I told somebody the other day, right? My mentality is tournament. My shape is scenario. So, that's it. My mentality is tournament all day fucking long. It's tournament. Like my mentality, my demeanor, my attitude is tournament. But my skills, my abilities, and my shape is scenario.
And you said 2 years.
I've only been playing paintball for 2.5 years now. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Everybody plays differently. That's one of the great things about the sport. There's and these scenarios. That's one of the first times that we went to one and drugged some of the younger players along with us, and they said, "Look, we want to go play X-ball." We said, "Come on, you want to shoot people all day long? You want to just roll that trigger constantly? Come on." By lunchtime, dudes were like, "When's the next one?"
Right. Yep. Well, listen,
like I said, North Carolina's got some really good scenario teams. Most of them are going to be showing out, but Virginia's not as deep in scenario, but we got some shooters coming.
Yeah.
Got some shooters coming. So it'll be fun. It's going to be fun for me to watch.
It's funny. We got some guys on the team here in Trophy up there from Carolina League. We got a couple guys on our team alone that have pulled hardware from Carolina League paintball. So we've been going down there because the paintball is strong in that area, and I really hope that this brings something back up our direction. Virginia's a geographical midpoint for the Mid-Atlantic, and it would be a great central point for everyone to show up. Only a couple hours down the roads, Fulda Gap and Fayetteville Black Ops, and Palmetto Hills down in Charlotte. We got a lot of good fields in our area. Extreme over there in Durham. And I think the people in the adjoining states, they start getting out this direction, they'll start seeing the variety. You play in the hills over here and turn around and go down to Fayetteville and it's completely flat. Hardwoods, pines, sandy soil, red clay, all within 2 hour circle,
Okay.
And the best part is the gimmick almost recruits for you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was asking in the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how is that going on? Like, is it just kind of, only one side? But I mean, I think, like I said, I think the idea of that game, it recruits itself. It really does.
And for all the Texas players to really understand, being 3 hours from the mountains and 3 hours from the beach, I mean, it's like perfect vacation time. So totally do it.
I've moved away from here twice and moved back twice because I'm 15 minutes from the mountains, and I can be ankle deep in the water in 3.5 hours.
Right.
If I'm real motivated. Yep.
Well, it's like I said, so about this time is when our shit turns into a shit show. I don't think you guys want to be here for that.
No, man.
So I'm gonna let you guys go again. Thank you. I really do appreciate y'all coming on. Really do. Sorry it had to be this show. I really do apologize about that. But
thank you. Man.
Nope, looking forward to it. Like I said, it'll be some weekends months game, but I'll be checking in. If you guys want to come back on after the show and give a recap of the show, you're more than welcome.
All right, Guru, thanks.
Tim looks like Mike Castillo.
No, he don't.
Yes, he's like a doppelganger. Come on.
No, we had the okay. I'll show you. Look up Mike Castillo. He's on my friend list, Tim, and see. I don't see it.
I just looked at Mike's photos, but it doesn't really have a photo of him. Well, there's might be one.
I don't see it. So Tim, when you get a chance, look at my friends for Mike Castillo. I don't see it, but you take a look at that.
No, I'm pretty. Is he man pretty? I mean, I'm.
Oh shit. Oh shit. See, and you know what though? I can see that because that's Mike. That is Mike right there. Like that is Mike.
The mannerisms, the hat, Jurassic Park.
That is Mike right there. Saying that right there is 100% Mike. So
except his shirt has sleeves on it.
Right.
Mike wouldn't.
And then shit, we heard that the ship said, yeah, he's man pretty too. So yeah, he said, I heard he's a porn star. So yeah, there you go. So, all right, so gentlemen, again, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it, man. And like I said, afterwards, y'all come on and tell us about it. All right.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
And let the shit fest begin. God damn it, that headset.
Oh
shit
no.
show. The shit show is here. There we go.
Okay. So, hey, real quick before we start the shit show.
Yes, before we start the shit show,
as far as the Dogs of War, because I do want to really dote on the Night Stalkers in the game. I was pleasantly surprised and happy how seamless everything was. The GroupMe app really helped out. Like I said, it was extremely hot, but it saved me time, energy, saved players time and energy to know what the missions are, where they needed to be. As a commander, you've got so many different aspects of the game to worry about, and you're just like, you got your phone, missions, go do it. For the complexity, I can't speak for the other side, but we were knocking out the main missions within the first 10-15 minutes. But one, that could just be how I was commanding, but two, because they had constant aspects of earning points, whether it be collecting flour. I'm trying to keep this in a, because it's posted on YouTube. I don't want it to get pulled off, but packaged powder, flour, finding those all around.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. And most recently, potentially found in a jar, a vintage
marijuana.
Jar. The Amber Heard.
I'm black. They don't filter me.
The Amber Heard. Oh, okay. Anyway,
yeah, I can say those things. I'm black.
So, going around the field looking for those bags constantly. We could pick them up, put them in our bin, or steal the other teams, bring them back. We had constant flags for points. So outside of the constant missions that were, every hour, you'd have every 30. Yes,
Amber Heard.
Right. Thank you. Right. That's what I was like. There could be in a jar, a vintage jar. Anyway, so there were constant flags for points throughout the game. So that way you were constantly working or constantly doing something. It wasn't like, yeah, cool, we finished the mission in the first 5, 10, or 10, 15 minutes. Now what do we do? Twiddle our thumbs. So there was a constant aspect of it, which was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't played any of their games, I highly recommend. So the next one will be in January at Texas Paintball in Jonestown, Texas. So if you're out of state, that's closer to Austin, so you can definitely make a trip out of it. The January game is always going to be the MLK weekend. That's where it's been slated the last couple years. So it's instantly a 3-day weekend, so you can take off of work, all that good stuff, or hopefully you have that Monday off.
And that's why I will be back to that event.
It's a lot of fun, and the props. I give the team the props for the props.
So you celebrate MLK Day by going to Texas and shooting a bunch of white dudes? I like it. I like it.
I didn't think about it like that, Lacey, but yeah, let's wrap that up. Yeah, wrap that one up.
Yeah, so like I said, so if you haven't played one of their games, I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun, whether you're commanding, whether you're playing. If you haven't commanded ever, and this is not just for the night soccer game, but if you've never commanded, you're thinking about testing it out, ask a seasoned commander if they're looking for XOs. Go ahead and nominate yourself. Say, hey, I'm really interested in this. It really benefits you as a player to ref several games, so you get a better understanding of how the game works. And then again, get into the command box. And we really need to grow the commander pool so it's not usually the same people over and over and over and over and over. So
this also, Iguana Man, I love you, bro.
I didn't know they still made black and white cameras.
You talking about him?
Yeah. But I did find one comment, or a message that someone had sent me after the event, and were like, I didn't see any photos at the event. And I'm like, yeah, because I was in the command box.
You should have just taken a picture when they walked in the command booth. Here's your fucking game photo.
Yeah, so let me see if I have any on my phone.
Go ahead and talk about since we're talking about photos, go ahead and drop that plug.
Oh, right. Super Game Indiana. So if you guys are going to Super Game Indiana, I am offering my services for the live action photos. I'm not planning on doing the headshots this year. There's just a lot of components as far as shipping and trying to bring up. I can't pack all that stuff and throw it on a plane. So maybe in future years, but if you definitely are interested in professional photos, and I don't mean anything less than professional quality, you can ask around. You can look at Tactical Sax Media, my page, my website. It's all there. These are high quality. I blow up these photos for large prints, whether they're on paper or metal for clients as well. I am a professional photographer. So if you're wanting badass live action photos, it's $125 a player. And this is a one game a year that I fly all the way up there for. So it's definitely not something to miss out on. So I have 15 slots left for booking. So once that's done, because I will also be playing the event. So I do want to get some time up there to shoot some faces too. So reach out to me on Tactical Sax Media on Facebook, or me privately on my my regular Facebook account. And get you guys set up. If you have any questions or if you want to ask the community about my work, plenty of people know me. So you're in good hands. Better than Allstate. Better than Allstate.
Statement here. Never mind. You know what? It's not important. It's not important. I be catching things, man, and I be seeing shit, and I be wanting to address it, but I don't think it requires really my attention, and I just don't want to give it the level of effort. Because I be like the person that was in the chat earlier, and then I saw a comment, then I see a post, and I can reference it and make a statement, but I'm just not going to do it right now.
Damn,
I'm not going to do it.
These people ain't friends with me.
I'm not going to do it because it's just.
So I'm assuming this is not talking about photography. This is something.
It's not.
Okay.
I'm scrolling through. I went to my brother's page and I was scrolling through, and I just happened to look through Facebook and I see some shit. That's all.
Gotcha.
I see it.
Okay.
So again, I just did myself a favor and unfollowed the person so that I don't see that shit no more.
Okay.
Good job, bro.
I blocked 2 already. I've blocked 2 people already. Actually, I blocked more than 2. I think I blocked like 6 people.
I ain't been on Facebook in a week, and it's been pretty nice.
Yeah.
You're not coming through.
You're getting more static than your actual voice.
Okay, how about now? Yeah, I've got a 24-hour restriction right now because of my comment on the show saying I'll shoot anybody.
So he can't post.
You haven't learned by now. You can't say that word.
No, I haven't learned by now.
Jeez.
I don't know what the fuck you can say to that one.
Daniel.
Yeah.
A lot of makeup.
Hey, Guru, let me post up a photo real quick.
Do your thing. Drop it.
Look at this perfection.
It's sharing my.
It's not sharing. I don't see it yet. You got to give me the.
I thought I did.
I don't see the request.
Chroma's permission.
Egyptian hands and the squinch.
Right. Yeah, he said Brian with his potato can. God damn it, Moose, you just gonna keep giving him shit, huh?
I love it.
Oh man, oh that's hilarious. Trying to think what else I was gonna say. Oh, Lacey walked away, huh? I'm gonna show y'all. Then look what I was.
Yeah, talk shit.
Look what I printed.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I got my sublimation working. This is the first draft. I'm not going to use these at all. I just want to see if I can do it. So here's the thing. One thing that I want people to know about me that I don't know if a lot of people know about me. Sometimes I do shit just to spite other shit. Like if I get pissed off enough, I'll go out and do something just to show that I could do it.
I can see that.
Like I made this just to do it.
Nice.
I made this. This is an army. I made this just to fucking do it. Only thing I got left to do is the fucking sew. It's the first draft, but I made this just because I fucking could.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you how bad it is though. I bought the sublimation printer just to fucking do this. I wasted $300 just to fucking do this for probably about 2 months, and then I'm fucking done. But just because I can, I did that. I made some dumb shit. Like, look, I made a fucking. It says respectfully, and it got the fuck you respectfully. Like, just because I fucking wanted to.
I mean, I think that's a fine reason to do something.
Yeah. I mean,
$300, that ain't shit.
It's really not. But yeah, so
You can do that whenever the fuck.
So Lacey, and again, this is the thing about it though, right, Lacey? Take that pettiness and take that level of pettiness in me, and just imagine what I could really do if I wanted to be a dick to the people that think they fucking doing something. I would go out and blow whatever it costs me to make what you have, to build what you have, just to fuck it off in a month. Just because. I don't know why people want to fuck with me. I just don't understand that. I just don't get why people want to fuck with me.
Because they don't understand you.
I just don't get that. I will create what you have. I don't give a fuck what it is. I will do what you do for a month just to prove I can, and then never look at it again.
I can't do that.
You said what?
I can't do that.
Well, I mean,
I'm not interested. I can't do it. Like,
but see, that's the thing. My drive, though, I'll be interested just to fuck you, just to say I did it.
I get that.
Yeah, I'll be interested enough in it just to say I did it, and then once I'm no longer have interest, I walk away from it. But that's if I don't like you. If I love you, we great, we cool. But it's when you fuck with me and you piss me off that I do that.
Yeah, that's shit. Just make your own fucking stuff.
I mean, good thing about it, that's when the player card happened. The player card situation happened, and I wasn't joking about it, but I wasn't serious about it. But then when all the backlash came from it, then I wanted to do it. And as you see now, I don't push it at all anymore. I'm over it because I'm like, it's over now. Nobody, you know.
And there was some bullshit with the backlash anyway.
But if there would have been no backlash and there would have been no big blowout amount around it, it probably would have been different.
Oh, they still would have found something to get fucking pissy about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Did you put it in yet, Robert? I still don't see it.
Yeah, so it's not. I think I'd have to restart Chrome.
You want to just send me the picture and I'll put it into the overlays?
Sure. Let me look your email.
Yeah. Oh, you got to send it via email. It's a mega copy. All right.
Ain't gonna send you no bad copy.
No Facebook copy.
Oh no. Facebook, the compression rate on Facebook is ridiculously.
It's terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
I know it's terrible. Shit, I could tell it's fucking terrible. But no, guys, what are we talking about here? Like I said, we in shit show mode here. I mean, we got some time to kill.
So, well, going back to the photo. Well, I just photos. I mean, Guru purchased some. Lacey purchased.
Oh yeah, I need to do that.
So.
Yeah.
I think Moose got one too, didn't you?
What?
Mm-hmm.
One of Perkins' pictures.
Yeah, the mask.
Yeah. Fantastic. I'm sorry, it would still be my Facebook picture if I didn't look better as a cowboy. Sorry.
He said if I didn't look better.
Well, bring your cowboy. Are you going to Super Game Indiana?
I'll be there.
Well, bring your cowboy hat. I'll take a better cowboy photo.
There you go.
I don't think that's possible.
Don't tempt me.
Uh-oh.
Now I got to go look at the picture now, Lacey. Oh, I see what you. Okay, you did the face.
I just pushed my face out with Leonardo DiCaprio's. It ain't getting much better than that. We're still gonna have my ugly mug on there.
We can't make that scene, right? We can't make that scenery. You know, we can't have the.
I don't have those clothes. I look like a bum.
That might be the best one then.
Actually, yeah. Let me do this and see how it comes out on your.
Oh, Ramos says I'll be there too. So Ramos will be there.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have quite a few mutants at Super Game actually.
Nice.
I don't know. I think there's a couple of deplorables playing.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Bobby normally plays. I'm sure Levi and Little Justin will play.
Guru, I just sent you an email of the actual mini photos of the typical social media digital size. See if that one comes out first.
I got it. Why didn't I download it though? Why the fuck didn't it download?
Must be a Dell.
It's not a Dell. You know what? It is the fucking Dell. Actually, no, it's custom built. But no, what's going on is I'm trying to figure out. I did something to my computer. I just don't feel like changing the settings, but it automatically fucking every time I download a JPEG, it automatically opened up the file instead of just saving the shit. I let my son.
Like 6 megapixel camera you got or something?
Who? Who's my
person? Talking through a Game Boy?
No. We're talking about.
Me?
I got. That's what's up.
Oh,
you got a camera on your PSP, don't you?
It's actually a camera on my laptop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it still run in Windows 95?
Yeah.
No, it's actually running Windows 10. Yeah,
Damn.
Windows 10.
That don't make it better. That don't make it any better. But go ahead. So Perkins, that's the photo you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean any of the photos. So this is actually the social media digital size. So, but the real one, I mean, you can zoom in, and I've actually have this in a 16 by 24 print, and I can go as big as 4 feet by 6 feet if I really wanted to.
That should still look crisp.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So these are not these are professional photos. So this isn't your average paintball media. And again, I'm not knocking any other photographer. Every photographer.
Oh, I felt attacked. Oh, I definitely felt attacked.
Hold on, no.
Because hold on, I'm gonna tell you why I felt attacked. Because listen, I took paintball pictures before, so I'm a paintball photographer. So I felt attacked.
So keep in mind that every photographer out there, just like the level of players, some have been playing for many years, some just started. So every photographer that's out there, it may be a hobby, some it might be just their interest, some of them professional or whatnot. But know that when you're booking professional photos. So, and all power to all the paintball photographers out there. It can get.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thank you. No, fuck that, Lacey.
It's work. It's work. It's work. It's not point and click. Right, Guru, it is not point and click, and you now know that it's not point and click.
He made me look pretty. He did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish I looked that cool playing paintball.
What are you talking about? You do. I've got plenty of photos that make you look cool playing paintball.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, you right." Watch this. He'll be like, "Yeah, you right."
Mm-hmm. I'm checking everything out. I'm trying to see if anything. I mean, like I said, I mean, I just understand this, people. After next week, everybody will. I will tell why I had to do what I did. But just understand that. For those who care, for those who want to know, after next week, you will know.
Truth's coming out.
I was gonna say I have no idea.
I know that's the thing. A lot of people don't, but it will. So for those that are left watching that want to understand why I did what I did for a particular event that's coming up, it'll happen.
Yeah.
I am not one that does backdoor shit. Just understand that. I'm not one that does that. I like things to be.
Oh, Ramos is one of them. So 4.
And you know what? I don't think you're going to be missing out on much next weekend anyway.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not going to say anything. I think it's going to be a good play for people that are shooting. I don't have anything against it. I just want, again, one of the things at the beginning of our show, everybody know, we are a big control our narrative thing. I'm not going to let somebody. I'm not going to let somebody let the narrative be what they want it to be for me.
Exactly.
I will tell my truth. They're the reason why I haven't said anything to this point, and that reason is love and admiration for for a friend. But it's going to happen, and I don't give a fuck if people don't want to hear it from me or don't believe me. That's fine, but I'm going to say it. That's just who I am. That's just who I am.
Yeah, and for me going to that field, it's a hard sell because every time I've been there, I've knocked over bunkers sliding into them.
Thank you very much for that, Dan. Exactly.
So it's like, do I want to spend that much money and knock over a bunker every time I go?
I mean, for me, it's not. For me, my issue ain't the field. Like, here's the thing. My issue ain't the
know.
field. Yeah, my situation has nothing to do with the field at all.
I'll probably review date.
You said what?
Nothing. I'm counting something.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
The invite was out there, Ramos. Don't lie. Don't fucking lie. Matter of fact, he ain't gonna have no choice now. Ain't gonna have no choice now since he's talking.
So you're saying Bryant got the invite, but Sicario didn't.
Hey, I saw the link.
See, there you go. Nah, he ain't got no choice now. He ain't got no choice.
He ain't seen nothing. So how was your guys' week? I feel like I haven't talked to anybody.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I'm about to close this out. We can have this conversation in a minute. We don't need to have everybody on for that. We're about to close out. We did 2 hours. We got the good conversation in. Y'all ain't got to go nowhere. But the people that's watching live, man, listen. Every week we do this shit, or every week we try to do this shit. Y'all come in, y'all watch the show, y'all fuck with us. I really do appreciate it. Again, I wasn't talking shit earlier, like, you know what I'm saying. As it relates to paintball shows, everybody's is better.
Nah.
But I love ours. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, I love ours. Ours is good for us. So for the people that are here, let y'all say your goodbyes. Perkins, you want to say one? I'll say one for Perkins. Super game. If you want a dope ass photo, book this man. You won't be upset. I promise you. You won't be upset. If you're watching this, wherever the fuck you are, whenever you watch this shit, if you want a dope ass photo for Super Game or dope ass photos for Super Game, book this man.
I promise you haven't gotten a better quality image from anybody else.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if that's all you wanted to say or not, but you know, I said it for you. So
no, I mean, well, the thing is, getting honest reviews. That's literally what it is. Right?
I mean, look at this man's camera quality right now.
I know.
This is just to be on the internet.
And not only that, this software decreases the quality of the camera. And this motherfucking shit's still crispy as fuck.
He fucked with his lighting. I turned mine on.
He got 2 different lights in there. Yeah, he got 2 different. He getting hit from 2 angles. He knows what the fuck he's doing, people.
He's got like a blue, green, and a purple back there with a touch of yellow. Oh, fuck. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, but what about the lights?
Oh, look. And then the Clark King hair flip.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
D, man, you got something to say? Oh no, go ahead, Marcus. My bad.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, like I said, super excited for Super Game. So if you're whether I'm shooting my camera or shooting faces, I'm gonna be super excited. Had a lot of fun last year. So I'm pretty sure I signed up blue.
Good call.
I did
Good
sign
color.
up blue.
That's a good color. You tried.
I
You tried,
tricked Guru earlier this week, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I signed up red," and he's like, "You did what now?"
You motherfucker.
Well, I mean,
my exact words. You
I assumed
motherfucker.
it was red because isn't the dude's name Rojo? Like, just think
Well,
red.
that's a whole nother thing.
It was like
But it's not. But he's not
Deadman.
red though. He's not red though.
Oh,
He's blue.
Yeah, he's blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I had
But
to
anyway.
clarify with Eli.
But I'm super excited. So go ahead and send me messages as far as booking. I do have a cap of how many players I can photograph, so make sure you get on that list before it closes. It's $125 a person. So with the event coming up in a couple weeks, definitely make this, because this is going to be like your Christmas gift, right? Because I come once a year. Let me rephrase that.
What?
I travel for this game.
You already know who you
Thank
fucking
you.
with. You already know who you fucking
lightly.
with.
I mean, get used to that now.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, actually.
Yep. Make the announcement.
It only takes one.
Look at him. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
So that's unfortunately why I won't be at Fulda this year, because you're like, raise your hands. I'm like, but obviously for reasons. So
right.
Or
Right.
super
Good
cool.
reasons. Good
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Lacey and Moose.
Yes. Goodbye.
I love it. Brian.
7 people watching.
Oh.
I got 11, so somebody's watching on some other station.
Yeah. All right. I guess thanks for tuning in, and see you next time, I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough. All right, people.
I didn't know we were still alive.
No, we still live. But all right, people, listen, appreciate it, man. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. We will see y'all next week. I don't know where my outro is at now. Hold on. There we go. Found it. Bye.
Hey, look, GG's gonna be exchanged and everything. But what I'm gonna need you to do is come on out that room. Ass first, hands touching your motherfucking knees. Cause that's the only way you getting out of this shit alive. You sweet bitch.